Hey everyone, this is the For the Culture podcast. We got our special guest Chantel with us.
Second time in a row. It's almost been a year.
Yes.
It's been a year, yeah.
Which I'm proud of.
That's crazy,
Awesome.
You
man.
supported us from the beginning. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I love what y'all have going on and what you're doing.
Thank you.
How's everything since the year?
Great. This year or since the year?
Since the year of
2019.
Since you've been here.
Oh, okay. It's been great, abundant as fuck, like in the most beautiful way. So I'm in the process of getting with the flow of everything on how great it's being. It's going to be a year for Up for Blends in
it started a year ago.
May. Yeah.
Basically.
Oh, so right after our interview, I think. Or was it during our interview? No, it was after our interview, I think.
Probably a couple months.
No, well, I was in like the beginning phase,
Okay.
maybe like 3 weeks in. So,
That's dope.
but yeah, it's coming on a year, and it's been beautiful. Like, I've been working with Julio Franco. He's a pro baseball player,
Oh, okay.
pretty like the Kobe Bryant of baseball. And working with Sebi's people and creating magic. I'm now going to be sold in New Jersey. Just got a contract to be sold in a store up there in New Jersey.
Congrats.
So that's
Dope.
exciting.
That is dope.
Yeah, I'm super hyped. And looking to do an event in May. Well, definitely going to be doing
Like
an
a
event.
pop-up show?
Yeah, but getting like a whole villa and just renting it out and having a 1-year anniversary type event for Hopeful Blends.
Okay.
Having the blends, maybe some CBD stuff, and it'll be a
Have
vibe.
fun.
It'll be a vibe.
How was LA? I know you
Yeah.
just got back from LA, like a week ago?
Yes. LA was good. I just flew out there to do an interview with Koya, and she does meditation, yoga, different things like that, some work in Africa, and went out there, did an interview, and then just flew back. And it was funny because before I went to LA, I was in Bahamas just the week before. So I was in Bahamas for a pop-up shop at Bahamar, and then I came back for a day and then went to LA and then came back.
So, do you feel like it went good, the interview?
Yeah, definitely, and made some good connections there as well. So I'm going back to LA next week. Next week I'm going back to LA.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm going back to LA exactly next week for a week and a half, and going to do like some workshop stuff out there, and then a few events and speak to some stores out there as well, and then come back here. And then I'm going to Mexico.
Jesus,
For 2
what are you
weeks,
doing
yeah.
in Mexico? I want to hear this. What are you doing in Mexico?
Mexico, I'm doing a retreat with my coaches because I'm also working with coaches for life coaching and trauma coaching. So we're going out there to do a retreat. We're going to be doing like spiritual work, meditation work, swimming with sharks,
Swimming with sharks. How
doing
did you
some
feel?
work with some shrooms, medicinal stuff, and it's going to be dope. I'm super
Vibe.
scared about swimming with sharks.
Were
That's
you
like one of my
serious?
fears, but
You're
because it's a
Face
fear,
it.
I'm dead ass.
She's like, I'm dead ass. I'm gonna be swimming.
Just
with
like,
I want to be swimming.
just like
with
skydiving.
So what happens if the sharks consider you as food?
Well, so from facts, if you think about the scientific thing, like they say that if you they can sense fear pretty much. They said.
This is my fear.
So yeah, so if you're not scared,
You can't not be scared. You can't.
Yeah, I was
It's like-
thinking about that
It's like
too.
wrestling with a lion. Oh, you feel me? Like, why would you?
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like so many people have done it. And right now I'm just in a phase in my life that I have a list of everything that I'm scared as shit for. And I'm just like,
Checking
all
Skydiving?
checking it out. Skydiving's on there.
so you scared of height in general, or just skydiving?
Oh, I'm scared of heights. Even getting on a roller coaster.
Really?
Like
do
I
wanna go
can't
skydiving
look
now. What
down.
else do
If
you
I'm
wanna
in
do?
an apartment condo, can't look down. Even snorkeling. That's even a
Snorkeling.
fear because
Yeah, that's actually-
because if you're out far and you look over the cliff in the water and it's just black,
Yeah.
I'm like something,
Yeah.
a shark could just come and like.
What else do you want to do that like scares you?
Snakes scare me. So like holding a snake, being wrapped in a snake,
That's too much.
wrapped with a snake, would scary.
I don't know. I see too many videos
Alright.
of people getting killed by these animals.
Yeah.
Get close. I'm sorry.
I think it's mostly animals because it's nothing. Anything that I would be fearful of would be anything that deals with animals or heights.
That's weird though, because you're like one with your like
Yeah,
nature and
exactly.
stuff. So, like, shouldn't
That's
you be
so-
like in sync with the animals?
That's so
too?
interesting, right? Which I am. Like, I meditate with them and be in stillness and everything. Like, I have such a close connection with animals and even plants. But I don't know. I guess the more dangerous ones I have to get more acclimated with. But yeah, I can't think of
I
anything
mean, it makes
else
sense
that I
because
can
even
consider.
lions and stuff like that, you can breed them since they're little. Once they get older, some of them turn on you regardless. So
Mhm.
They're animals.
yeah, at the end of the day, they got to do them.
Yeah.
So for your upful blends, do you have any new blends that you use or that
I-
you've learned?
The only new blend that I came out with is Queen's Love.
What is that?
So it's a blend to cleanse out the reproductive organs of women, those that have consumed birth control, experiencing infertility, those that are experiencing menopause or severe cramps and hormones all over the place. They can consume that
So I'm
and
assuming
cleanse out.
you don't take birth control.
No, I did
So
for a long time.
what's the negative part? Because I heard it too. I heard that doing birth control for too long can make you not have kids.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
And it's not good to consume even for a day, for a week, because the metals and the chemicals that are within birth control, and it's taking you out of alignment with how our body is supposed to be, how a woman's body is supposed to be, because we're supposed to. And even so, the reason why a lot of us end up being on birth control to begin with is because our hormones are all over the place. But when
you
we're
don't want to have no kids.
yeah,
They
and
say
that
they
too.
want to make sure that the period comes on time.
Yeah, exactly. Or they just like trying to skip a period because they
Yeah.
like want to have sex or something. That's like a huge thing. 'Cause it's like,
Yeah.
oh, man's coming over. Let me
I
pop
heard
some like birth
that
control.
doctors nowadays are just giving like birth control like it's candy. Like any little problem wrong with the female, they just birth control probably fix it.
Yo.
And just giving it out
And
like that.
I was on birth control from 13.
13
As
women.
soon as I started like becoming a woman, and it was just all over the place. They're like, oh, some birth control and some hormone pills, and I was on like 6 different birth control pills and 5 other hormone pills
Jeez.
until I was 20.
So what happens if you miss like a
7
day?
years. Then
She might
It
think
just
she's
doesn't
pregnant.
work? It doesn't work?
no, it still does because it stays in the system for 7 to 14 days, depending on what type of pill they're consuming.
Or shots. They got a lot of stuff going on.
Shots,
And they
the
got
one that
something you
they
stick in your vagina. What is that called again?
It's too much.
I forgot the
I
name.
forgot the name.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. But oh my goodness, they wanted me to do all of those, and it's just it's crazy. But if you don't consume it, your body's going to be so used to being on that rhythm that if you don't consume it for a day, then their hormones are going to be all out of whack again, or their period's just going to come on out of
Oh, wow.
nowhere. So that's a blend that I've made. Inspired by Dr. Sebi's compounds. Of course, all of the blends inspired by the compounds and what I consumed to heal my body and to cleanse me because my reproductive system was all messed up from consuming all them hormone pills. But I'm coming out with the men's because I've been getting so much from the men reaching out wanting a blend.
Is that like a sexual drive thing or something?
To cleanse the reproductive organs, same thing. And for those that can't get it up, that need to have more stamina in the room and everything like that. And it's beautiful because now I'm pivoting. All the herbs, most of the herbs, about 90% of the herbs that I have are from Peru, Mexico, and Honduras, from the forest, and then from Africa in West Cape. So it's so divine how I've been connected with these people of our roots in Africa and then of the forest to get these high alkaline plants. And the men's blend is going to be herbs from Africa, so it's going to be very.
So what's the
natural,
difference?
organic?
it's gonna
Hold
do
on, I
men
got one
good.
question first. Though.
Go ahead.
So, since you said that you don't take birth control, so how do you avoid not? Because don't you feel like it's like too hot for condoms in Florida?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Like 100%.
so how do you make sure you're not getting a kid?
For
Yeah,
other women, because not for me, because I'm not having sex with anybody. Like I'm not even with anybody. I'm not talking to anybody.
You just
I've
focus
even
on you?
decided to stay abstinent for some time because using that energy and transitioning and transmuting that energy towards creation, because energy is energy, no matter if it's sexual or happiness, joy, anger, we can transmute it. So I'm in the process, and it's been a whole year.
A whole year?
A little over a year, yeah. It's been a little over a year.
Give us some
And
snaps.
I know everybody can't believe that or can't do that, and it's difficult at first, but when you get over the hump, just like with eating, just like with anything, and I'm
You don't
so
get the
busy
urge
right
though?
now. Yeah, but then I don't know, I run or do something creative. It's crazy
so
on how you can transmute.
Keep your mind busy pretty much.
And I just, like, transmutation, energy transmutation is so real. And when I seen how, like, I can focus on something and manifest it like that, it's like, all right.
That's starting to be a big thing now. I've seen a couple celebrities, they even though they wasn't virgins, they said we're not gonna have sex till we get married. And they got married. Like Megan Good and Kurt Franklin's son.
Ah, yes.
That's his son?
Yeah, it's his son.
I didn't know that was his son.
I didn't know that was his son either.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Gee, he's old.
Yeah. So that and they just waited till they get married, and they said it's the best decision they ever made, pretty much.
Yes.
So,
but with anyone else, of course, wearing protection, even though I'm so strict with how I view things now, because even with condoms, there's the material that they make it out of is then going in your body and messing up your whole
latex
pH.
is bad too, but like, what's not bad nowadays? Like almost everything's bad.
Exactly.
Lambskin?
Exactly.
No? Does that work?
You might as well go skin then.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
So, I was gonna say, what's the difference between like the pills that they give you? Like, what is that pill called again? To get up, for a dude to get up?
Viagra.
Viagra, and then like the natural.
It's with Viagra, they use those same herbs and they just manipulate it and add their own shit and then make medicine. Just like even with like antidepressants. I have herbs for antidepressant like blue vervain and valerian. They use those same herbs in antidepressant medications. They just fuck with it. Just like with hybrid foods, that they take two different food sources and put it together and hybridize it. But the natural way is that it's in alignment with your body. When you consume it, it's not going to add a disconnection to something or add inflammation or mucus to anything else, because that's what dis-ease illness is mucus and inflammation. So when you consume that, you're not adding mucus to your genital areas, because that's why you can't get up. So we're eating so much dairy and meat and everything like that, we're clogging up our,
I thought it was because our testosterone is low.
That too. And then men are like masturbating so much that you're losing zinc in your calcium and your minerals. And Irish moss helps with that as well. So drinking Irish moss helps with it.
A lot is not good.
A lot's not good. You're losing out on too much zinc, or at least replenish yourself. Replenish yourself with nettle, burdock root, sarsaparilla, or Irish moss.
Wow, that's a lot.
So explain hybrid food to people that don't know what that is, that term and everything.
Yes, hybrid and alkaline. So hybrid is anything, we're talking about pHs now, alkaline pHs.
It's like pH in the water.
Exactly. So on a 1 to 10 scale. So hybrid is 7 and below. It's acidic. And hybrid has been manipulated by man. They've taken two things that have been created, manifested from God, source, Jesus, universe, whatever it is that you believe in, and they took it and decided to make something new because they weren't happy with just what is, and they put it together and made something hybrid. For example, pineapple or carrot.
Damn, pineapple's a hybrid?
Pineapples are hybrid, yeah. Corn hybrid. That's why when you consume it, it just comes out.
Yeah.
It doesn't, the body can't digest it. The body's like, what the fuck is this? I can't, and broccoli, cauliflower, white rice, any type of spinach, absolutely. Its pH is 5.
Wow.
So anything below 7 is acidic and hybrid. So it's not conducive to the body. Alkaline is 7 and up, and it's what's been created and not manipulated by man. So it's the original of what is. For example, cherries, avocado, wild rice, and a few other things. But I have an ebook on that on my website to where you can download.
Is that
and
transition or something?
Yes, the transitional guide that has all of that outlined and with the pHs of some of the most things that we consume that we think are good for us, but it's really acidic and hybrid.
Yeah, because most people would think corn is like a vegetable,
Mm-hmm.
and then you turn around and say, no, it's actually not even real.
Yes, just like carrot made from...
like carrot as well. So people tell you eat carrots, it's good for you.
Yeah, why doctors be telling us to eat shit like that? Broccoli,
eat your vegetables.
Carrot and stuff.
If you eat too much carrots, you'll die.
Jesus Christ.
For real. There's a man that was just consuming carrot juice for his vision, and he died because he consumed too much carrot.
Carrots for you gain better vision, but
better vision.
That's what my parents told me.
So what about vegan food? I know you were saying something about vegan food is man-made.
Mm-hmm. Because of the chemicals that they're using. My throat's getting dry. The chemicals that they're using in vegan food, when you look on the back of a box, you'll see that they're using starch, yeast, soy. Soy is a huge one. Like tofu. All the vegans are like tofu, so hype about tofu, but it's soy. And it'll calcify and add mucus to the body.
What is soy exactly?
Soy is made from plastic.
Really?
Yes. There was a man, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name.
So all that soy sauce we consume when we go to Chinese restaurants.
It's so bad for the body.
God.
It accumulates so much mucus.
They put in plastic inside plastic.
Yes.
Really?
It's so bad. Like, its pH is 4 pH, and the man that made it, he made a car out of soy. And then they use that same thing for soybeans and tofu. And it's not conducive to the body on an intracellular level.
Stop drinking soy milk.
Soy milk, stop drinking that.
What about almond milk?
It acidifies the blood. So a lot of women consume soy, and then their estrogen is like all over the place, and their hormones are all over the place. It's because of the soy. Or if you're experiencing anemia, I'm sure you're consuming so many things that have soy in it. And when you look on the back of a box, we don't realize it because they use different names for soy. They use different names even for dairy. And some foods that you think, or some processed foods that you think don't have dairy in it, you see on the back of the box, and it has dairy in it. Almond milk.
Please don't say something about
it is. It's
if I can't drink
it's acidic. It's acidic as well.
Is almond man-made as well?
Yes, it is.
Jesus Christ.
Almonds in the peanuts, yes.
Oh my God.
Walnuts are good to consume. Hemp seed, hemp milk, coconut milk, but almond milk, everything that they're importing in is not actual almonds. If you go to the Caribbean, you'll see almond trees, and that's what an almond is. You'll take the nut and you'll crack it open, and a real almond is super thin and skinny and white and very sweet. And the almond that we have here is like thick and big, and it's like a real nutty flavor, but that's not how a real almond tastes like. And I had the experience to consume that in Honduras, and when I did, I'm like, what the fuck? This is a real almond.
So they don't have any real almond milk down here.
Mm-mm.
Damn.
Because the demand is so high, so they're just importing in these almonds, and then you have these almonds and almond butter and almond milk and all these different things. They're not going to, just like even with regular fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, because I did go on a fast, and then I actually did some research, and a lot of the fruits I thought I was getting healthy. A lot of the fruits are like man-made because they don't have seeds. So like
that's another thing. Yes.
When I'm eating this fruit, I'm like, I'm still not doing good enough because
it's hybrid if it doesn't have seeds. Exactly. Pineapples don't have seeds.
Yeah. So I was like, damn.
Seeds.
Huh?
Orange got seeds.
Oranges are alkaline, depending on what type of orange. When you open up an alkaline orange, the seeds are big. The seeds are probably like this. And in most of the oranges that we have here, the seeds are like really small, and even in some, they don't even have seeds in them.
And I realized bananas have seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So like most of the, probably 100% of the bananas you've seen probably never had a seed.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
They never had
Yes.
seeds. So that tells you
The regular banana that's like big as hell, hybrid. They hybridize the banana. The original banana is the small ones or the burro banana.
So you're basically telling me we have an epidemic going on. We just don't know.
100%.
So what is like the life?
100%.
What do you see in the future for like people who are gonna grow up eating this food? And like, is there a way to like fix it, or is there just like doom coming? Like, because our habits are horrible, and it's especially with these fast food restaurants may not make it any better. So
Exactly.
what do you think is gonna happen in the future?
And the conveniency as well. Most of us living in such a fast-paced world in the moment, and it's just getting faster and faster. People don't have time to sit there and make something to eat because it's challenging. And even for myself, with how much my schedule has changed and how fast-paced it is, I had to pivot, and it's like, all right, obviously can't go anywhere with fast food, or I can't just get food on the road, so I have to just make time to make food make food in bulk on one day, just make food throughout the week and meal prep it. But going to farmers markets, even a lot of farmers markets don't have, they're selling fruits that are not in season as well. But going to farmers markets, connecting with those that know these connects, in getting like a farm, like family farms, and getting your food from there as well. And it just comes with discipline and wanting to consume better and wanting to be better, because it's even more than just consuming just healthy food. It's like your way of living
Has to change.
Your way of living is going to change. Your state of being with manifesting things and experiencing human experience on how it can be experienced with joy and prosperity and abundance comes directly from what we consume. Because if we consume things that are within a low vibration, we're going to be within a low vibration, because we're energy beings. So if we're consuming that, then we're going to experience that. Life is going to respond in what vibration we're in.
So what is the worst thing a person can eat? Like literally the worst thing.
Ass.
The first thing, not the worst. That's not the worst. No. The first thing that came was meat. Like,
meat is the worst thing?
Meat, because it has no nutritional value at all.
Protein?
But what is protein?
Yeah.
No one even knows what protein
they say
is.
Peanut butter
it's
gives
just
you protein too.
Well, peanuts
no
are not
one
real.
even.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what? The
No one
doctors
even-
lying to us?
No one even knows what protein is. Dr. Sebi did a, there's a video on this, and I believe it's on my blogs, on my site, but he went to court for this, and about protein, because he healed someone from lupus, I believe, and he healed somebody from lupus, and the doctors were trying to cure that person as well. They were giving them protein, they were giving them different foods and things like that, and the person was still sick. Sebi came.
Oh, I just realized he might not want to drink that.
Yeah.
The pH is too low. The pH is too low.
Purified. I'm super strict with consuming water too.
So
we can talk a little bit about that.
Wait, finish. I want to
Yeah. We can talk. We can talk more about that. But yeah, Sebi healed this woman of lupus just fasting and consuming Irish moss and herbs. No protein, just high amounts of minerals, and she was healed within weeks. But yet they were trying to heal this woman of lupus and give her these proteins and different things like that, and she was still sick. So he's like, what is protein? Tell me what is protein. They're like, well, it's the acid and the AB acid and all these different terminologies. Like, why does the body need acid when we're alkaline? It's where is this coming from? And they couldn't state.
Is it safe to say that too much of anything is bad for you though, even good stuff?
Yes, absolutely. Like dates. I'm like, I love dates so much. Dates. They're like candy, like sweet, natural candy things.
I thought you were talking about
like
dates. Like, going
like,
on dates
no.
or something. Like, what do you
Dating
mean?
too much people can't be bad for you.
But no, I'm like dates and walnut butter. It tastes like Snickers to me. Like that's my Snickers.
Walnut butter?
Yes.
I need to try that. It tastes like Snickers.
Snickers and Twix, like
So that's
that's my weakness.
So that's like your treat.
Yeah, that's my
that's
treat.
what you cheat on.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, I'm having a cheat day. I'm having like mad dates right now.
So what's wrong with water? What is wrong with
my
pure?
gosh,
It says purified water, guys, and 100% of the people I know would probably say this is you drink this enough. Like I think it's like 4 or 5 bottles of this, and you're healthy. You're a healthy person. So what is wrong?
Purified. They're purifying it, so they're manipulating the water. They're purifying and taking out the natural minerals that are within water. That's why it's great to consume spring water. But then it's tricky as well because all of our water comes in plastic bottles. So getting glass bottles, which are even more expensive, it's like $3 for like a bottle of water. Aluminum. So it's not the most cost effective for some, but I consume it that way. One that is Crystal Geyser. You can even get it from the dollar store, and it's plastic, but it has a neutral pH of 7, and it's spring water.
Like,
what is it called?
Crystal Geyser.
It's funny that they sell it at the dollar store.
I know.
And I was thinking about that. Like, are you sure? Because dollar store don't give a fuck about no healthy shit. They just trying to sell whatever people want to get.
And I did notice that they don't even sell it anymore. Like I get mine. I get mine from Lucky's now.
Do you feel like that's a conspiracy though? I feel like everything we're handed or everything in our possession is like not even real. So it's almost like a thing where they're trying to do it because so much population, so they have to like spread thin the nutrition. I'm
feeling that way, not in the sense of water specifically, but they're changing things. Just like Whole Foods. Whole Foods was a great place to get organic foods from, and now Amazon bought them out, and Whole Foods signed an agreement where they don't have to mention anymore if their food is GMO or not. Like, why would you sign that agreement? Why?
Yeah.
So that means you're doing something under the table that you're now selling GMOs since you signed an agreement that you're no longer going to state that. So, that's
what is people supposed to do that don't have money? Because if they have no money, like, how can they eat healthy?
Well, what I did, because I was going through this transition and I wasn't making any money. I would have I started off of blends with just $20 in my pocket, and it was like, all right, either get some food or like buy some herbs and speak to people and flip it. But what I recommend for most is just consume quinoa. Quinoa is cheap. You can go to Aldi's and get it. Quinoa, your squash, your mushrooms, all the alkaline alternatives to what we consume. I make pizza all the time. I even make alternative fried chicken.
What you put in
like
the pizza?
Chicken sandwich. I use spelt flour and Tef flour, which are alkaline alternatives to the regular white flour or unbleached flour.
Yes. What do you use besides cheese? Because I know you don't want to use cheese.
No cheese. You can make cheese out of not cashews, walnuts and avocado and sesame seed, but the butter type I can't think, tahini, and you can do it that way. And I also make cheese. I make the best baked mac and cheese from butternut squash. Oh my god. So you bake the butternut squash until it gets all soft and juicy and everything. Sprinkle some sea salt. I know, damn. And then put it in a blender, blend it up, add your onion salt, chopped onions, peppers, any seasonings that you want to. Get your alkaline alternative noodles like spelt, kamut, chickpea noodles, and just pour it like regular cheese and put it in the oven, and it tastes just like mac and cheese. You can't tell the difference.
I'm picky eater too, so if you can make something that tastes good, like to me, and it's like something I wouldn't really like to eat, then I'll probably convert.
Yes.
I'll probably convert.
Yes, I would love to. At the event, I'm going to have alkaline food.
That's a good idea. Because I mean, if you could change the culture just by like having people taste it, maybe they will start eating differently.
Yeah, because some people go off of taste, not just because it's good or it look good. Like if it don't taste good, then I'm not eating.
So tell us about the process of the Dr. Sebi documentary.
That I can't even like speak on because it's not mine and it's with Nipsey. But it's in the process now. Definitely in the process. It's starting to make headline news now. And I know you all were aware for about a year now.
Yeah.
But yes, it's in the works.
You know, a lot of people still don't know about Dr. Sebi. I was talking to somebody and she was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" So this documentary probably might wake people up. So I feel like it might be needed for the culture.
Yes.
Is it a docu-series or is it like a movie?
Just a documentary.
Just one documentary?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just a documentary.
That's dope.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to people viewing it in a different perspective as what they've always seen it as. Because even when I speak to people now, they're like, "Really? Are you sure I can't have garlic?" Like, I was raised on garlic. You can't speak to the Caribbean, older Caribbean.
Who's doing it for 50 years.
You can't speak to them about garlic because they will
that.
talk to you for a whole hour on garlic and just like, all right, okay, yeah. But I say as much as I can. If they're receptive to it, then beautiful. If they're not, then it's just not the moment for them to experience something else out of what they've been conditioned to believe.
All right. Well, I got a question that I usually ask everybody. So, what's a first date turn off for you?
Stank breath. Like, that was a quick one because it's happened a few times that I'm just like, I text my sister, call me and be like, that something came up so I can leave.
Damn.
That is a huge one. But a second one also is one that is like just not open-minded.
Oh, to try something different.
Yeah, to try something different that is just so conditioned in his way of being in stress and like as if stress is a normal, everything like that.
Even in bed?
Turn off in bed?
No, like if he's not open-minded in bed too.
Oh, yes. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Like it's like
it gets boring.
Just yeah, and why would you want to do just the same shit?
Like you said, some older people, like I speak to a couple Jamaicans, they not with it. Like they're stuck in their ways, and they're like, fire.
They are. But yeah, then I'm just like, all right, cool, we're friends.
So what is a turn on for like if somebody wants to take you out and date, and what's gonna get them to the second date?
Being just happy, like not giving a shit about anything, just living on his own terms, and that could be anything. I feel that. If he still has stank breath, it wouldn't work. I was like, wait, if he has stank breath, would it work? No, but yeah, that's a huge turn on. Just seeing joy come from someone else, and they don't give a shit about anybody else's opinions.
I thought you were gonna say something like just being yourself, because like people like to put an appearance on because they're trying to catch your attention and stuff.
Oh, that's a huge turn off too.
I'm trying to impress
because men have been feeling that way, especially with my way of living now. It's as if they have to act like they don't eat meat, and then they end up accidentally showing up with like a half a chicken sandwich or some milk or something, and they're like, oh shit. And I was just like, I don't care. Like if anyone else consumes meat or dairy or anything like that, I don't view it anyway. Because I was there before, and everyone lives their life the way that they.
You can marry somebody who eats meat?
No. I personally could not, because I'm not about to be in the kitchen.
Because you would have to make two separate.
Because what if he eventually converts?
Yeah, if he's open-minded. If he's open-minded to it and enjoys it, that's fine. but I won't be in the kitchen cooking meat. Even when I smell meat cooking now, it's so I have to leave the house.
Makes you want to throw up.
Yes, that even like
Shit.
butter, like when you're like simmering butter on the pan to get ready to like throw something on there, like some French toast or pancakes. That even is crazy.
When I drive through past McDonald's, I want to throw up just the smell of it in the air. Like, you know, it's just, I be like, I can't eat this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when is your next event? You said
In May 18th is what I'm shooting for, and that
Isn't that
will be the
Haitian
date.
Day, I think.
I don't remember.
Haitian Day?
I think that's Haitian Day.
Maybe.
I know it's a full moon. I'm moving in alignment with the universe.
That's
so
why you picked that day.
yeah.
Make sure.
Wait.
My Zoes to come out.
The zone's coming out. Full
Yeah.
moon. Oh shit.
So where can everybody find you again? And,
Yes. Shan Sharice, CHANSHARICE. It's like a tongue twister. And Upful Blends. It is Upful.
I got you, my Zoes.
Yes. Oh, that's what it
May
is?
18.
Oh shit.
Haitian Flag Day.
Oh goodness.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all gonna be out in full
with
effect.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Something you agree
And
on,
Upful
just-
Blends, UPFUL
Yeah. No pork. Promise.
You eat pork? You eat grill?
I can't lie. I like the turkey one though.
Yeah, I like turkey, but I can't eat pork. I'm going for it.
Yo, I make some really good alternative chicken with mushroom. It's called lion mane mushroom.
How mushroom tastes like chicken?
It has the same texture. Like when you pull, like when you take out, when you eat chicken, it has the same texture, has the same look.
You don't have
everything,
skin, though.
the way that no. Does it have
So how the chicken be looking
But-
like? If you looking like
No, when you like bread it and season it, because you wouldn't just cook chicken with no seasonings.
Yeah, correct.
That's the only reason why you like it.
Yeah.
Because if you
white
eat
folks-
chicken-
the white folks don't be doing
Tastes
that.
like-
Exactly. You don't want to eat that chicken. You don't even want to smell it. You don't want to be in the house when they're cooking it. You add your own seasoning. So that's what we enjoy, the seasonings and the smell from our senses, our five senses.
I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see
Yes. Yes.
We appreciate having you, Miss Sharon.
Yes.
Good culture.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
For the culture.
Let me get on.